Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experience as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. MagnaCraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnacraftconsulting.com or magnacraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @MagnaCraft Limited. MagnaCraft Consulting, doing church God's way. Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by MagnaCraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome to Monday Morning Matters. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of MagnaCraft Consulting. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters. We believe that we're going to get value. Monday Morning Matters has been coming online for over 6 years. Welcome everyone to this Facebook page and YouTube channel. It's a live broadcast, unedited. And we believe that all the things that we are discussing here will be helpful and relevant to you. Thank you for hooking up with us. Thank you for following our posts. Thank you for following our live broadcasts and it's just so it delights my heart that you are part of this live broadcast. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of MagnaCraft Consulting. And let me tell you a little bit about MagnaCraft Consulting. Now, MagnaCraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that creates actionable. MagnaCraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier, to become healthier, and to get healthier through empirical assessment, revitalization, and strategic blueprint. Our vision is very simple: to be the leading church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, and adaptable solutions. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the US, and also a certified church consultant with Church Consultation University both in the US. I'm also your host every Facebook live broadcast show on Monday, 7 a.m. Nigerian time, every time on Mondays. I'm also known as a church health guy of the 21st century. A big thank you to everyone who has been commenting to our broadcast, reacting to what we are sharing, and also telling us how timely our content is to you. Now let's pay some bills, and then we'll go into the juice of the day, which is 2025 in review. What worked, what didn't, and why. I mean, this is a time for us to have some reflection so that we don't repeat the mistakes of this year. So let's go and pay some bills, and then we will come back to the juice of the day. This is Monday Morning Matters. Come your way with Niyi Dunmade, certified church consultant. We believe that our expertise will be of great benefit to you and your church. All right, today we're going to be talking about 2025 in review. All right, what worked, what didn't, and why. All right, we're going to look at what are the things you need to discuss with your senior leadership team or your leaders on reviewing this year 2025. Next week, Monday, we're going to look at appreciation. Thank you, Lord, cultivating a gratitude in leadership and ministry. I mean, from January till now, which is December 2025, we need to look back. And because if you don't look back, there's no how you can give God adequate appreciation. The third Monday will be before you burn out, before the new year, resetting your rhythm. All right, that's what we're going to be discussing. How do you reset your rhythm so that you don't get yourself burnt out? Then the fourth Monday is casting 2026 vision boldly. How do you lead with clarity? How do you lead with conviction? And how do you lead with courage? 2026 is a new year, and you will need new skills, new temperament to be able to go through 2026 very good. And the month of December has 5 Mondays, about 5 Mondays. And so on the fifth Monday, we're going to be looking at new year, new you, leading yourself forward into 2026. Please go on our YouTube channel to make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified when new content has become uploaded. Now, we have written 3 books: Church Retention, Pathway to Growth, and then Busting Church Growth Myth, and Data-Driven Leadership. Now, all those 3, you can get them from any of the social media handles. Roving Heights and Amazon is going to help you greatly. And please go on our YouTube channel. It's going to also, you're going to see quite a lot of information that will help you greatly. So this month, we're going to be talking about finishing strong, starting fresh. Finishing strong, starting fresh. So all the topics that we're going to take in the 5 Mondays in the month of December 2025 will be around finishing strong and starting fresh. So today we're going to talk about 2025 in review: what worked, what didn't, and why. You have to understand the process: what worked, what didn't, and why. This is a framework for healthy year-end ministry reflection and evaluation. So listen to my framework, and it will be helpful to you and your leadership. And so in the next 20 minutes, less than 15 minutes, I'm going to wrap up that. All right. So thank you so much for hooking up. Finishing strong and starting fresh is what we're going to be looking around. Before we make big plans for 2026, the most powerful leadership move you can make now is to pause, reflect, and evaluate what truly happened in the past 11 months. All right, if you cannot pause and reflect and evaluate what has happened in the past 11 months, there's a high chance that you are going to mess up the next 11 to 12 months. Scripture says in Lamentation chapter 3 verse 40, let us examine our ways and test them and return to the Lord. All right, healthy leaders examine, even as, individuals, what we say, examine whether you are still in the faith. Healthy leaders always examine. Healthy churches always evaluate. In my church, we evaluate everything. We evaluate volunteers, we evaluate our services, we evaluate our events. Everything must be evaluated, because growing churches evaluate, they examine, and they reflect. Okay? Now, why year-end review matters. Most churches rush into planning for the new year without pausing to learn from the year behind them. You see, one of the things I have learned in life is that there's so much wisdom in learning what has happened that will be useful to you in where you are going. So most churches rush into planning for the new year without pausing to learn from the year behind them. And one of the things that happen is that you keep repeating the mistakes. You keep repeating mistakes because you are not learning from what has happened. But December offers a rare leadership window for us to, it's a holiday, it's a Christmas mood. It's better for us to sit down and begin to have that examination, evaluation, and reflection. Now, why do you do that? One is clarity. The year is almost complete. Things are no longer in motion. They are measurable. All right? Be very clear about it. 2, honesty. December demands the truth. No more pretending something is working. You have already at the end of the year, something is not working. We need to be brutal with ourselves that it's not working. And when it is working, we should acknowledge in honesty that it is working. 3, stewardship. God blesses leaders who steward not only resources, whether human or non-human resources, but also results and insights and trends. All right. So as a good steward, you need to be able to steward trends, results, and insights. Number 4, momentum. Reflection is not slowing down, because sometimes you feel that, oh, I need to get more done. I've not done so much. Reflection is not slowing down. It is powering up for the next season. It's preparing yourself for the next move. So today, I will give you a simple, honest, repeatable framework for reviewing the year 2025. What worked, what didn't, and more importantly, why it worked or it didn't. All right. The 2025 review framework. All right. I want to just give you that model. Here's a practical ministry review model for pastors, church leaders, and ministry teams. All right. 1, look at the results. What are the results that you have had in the year 2025? And sometimes you are going to ask yourself, what actually happened? What are the facts on the table? Okay, look at the data. If you don't know the data to look at, you can consult me. I will let you know the kind of data you need to put on the table, not assumptions. Don't say, I think this happened. I think we got this result. You have to be factual in the result, what actually happened. Now, how do you deep dive into that? You have to ask, how many people attended weekly? What is the frequency of attendance? What's the attendance change week in, week out, month in, month out, quarterly in, quarterly out, and year in, year out? What is the retention rate of new members? How can we improve that? How many volunteers were active in the church versus inactive? What key programs were effective this year? Did giving grow up or decline? All right. This is not emotional evaluation. Don't try to put in your emotions into it. You just want to be very factual as much as possible. This is reporting the truth to yourself. Leadership question here. What does the data say about the health of your church? Number 2, after result, number 1. Number 2, realities. Why did this happen? We have looked at what actually happened. Now, the reality is, why did this happen? What are the root causes? And you keep asking yourself the why until you know the root cause. Now, this section gives depth and context to what actually happened. What did you ask? What do you ask in this framework? Why did attendance rise? Why did attendance fall? Why did the frequency of attendance decline? Why did it drop? Okay. Or 2, why were volunteers energized at certain times in the year? Or why were they fatigued at certain seasons in the year? Why were volunteers energized or fatigued? Okay, what systems helped us win? What systems also helped us lose? Where did we fail to follow through in whatever we're doing as a church? Now, this is where you have to acknowledge the truth. Because if you don't acknowledge and take responsibility of the truth, there's no how you can be able to make any change in the truth. Okay? Capacity, you have to acknowledge your capacity issues. You have to also acknowledge your leadership gaps. You have to acknowledge your structural weaknesses. You have to acknowledge your spiritual negligence. You have to acknowledge your communication failures. Or you have to acknowledge your lack of consistency from January till now. Now, this is where you have to acknowledge. Now, that is very, very crucial, because the leadership question is this: what were the real causes, good or bad, behind our results? What were the real causes, good or bad, behind our results? So I've talked about 1, result; 2, realities; 3, responses. What must we do next? Action. All right. If you don't know how to do a ministry action plan, that's a map for your church, let us know how we're going to help you in helping your reflection. Reflection without action is just entertainment and a waste. How do you get these responses? We must continue in 2026. Ask yourself, what must continue in 2026? What has really worked in 2025 that you need in 2026? It's not everything that worked in 2025 that I actually need in 2026. So you must ask yourself that question. What must continue in 2026? What must stop immediately now? What must start early next year? What must be strengthened more for it to work and give us a better result in 2026? What must be completely redesigned in 2026? Leadership question: how do we turn learning into leadership? How do we turn what? Learning into leadership. Let me walk you through 7 areas of church life that must be reviewed before the end of this year. 1, attendance and engagement. Not just how many came, how many didn't come, how many stayed. Those are very deep, critical questions to answer. Why did people disengage? 2, discipleship pathway. Is your discipleship journey clear, functional, effective, and impactful? Did your members grow spiritually this year? These are crucial questions because the purpose of the church is to make and mature disciples. And you need to get that reflection and examine it, that did your members grow spiritually this year? How much of growth were they growing this year? Number 3, volunteer health and appreciation. I know some churches, this month is the time for them to appreciate all the ministry volunteers that has been effective from January to date. Are your workers tired? Did you appreciate them well? Where did burnout appear? All right, number 4, leadership strength. Did your leadership bench get deeper or thinner? Who emerged as a leader? Who struggled as a leader? Look at your team leaders and begin to ask some of these questions about leadership strength. Number 5, systems and structures. Which systems served you well? Which systems served you well? Which ones were very chaotic and unproductive? Now, one of the key systems you need to look at is your assimilation, your follow-up, your assimilation process, your follow-up process, your communication process, your service flow, your decision-making, your discipleship process, your Christian education, and things like that. Those systems and structures are very, very important. Number 6, financial strength. Look at the trend from January to December. What is the income pattern? What is the expense pattern? What is the giving growth insight? What is the financial leaks? Where can we put money? Where best can we put money so that we can actually get maximum return for money given to you? Then what is the seasonality of the givings that has come this year? Is it a repeat of what has happened over the years? Because you need to know the rainy season and the dry season of the giving patterns in your church. Number 7, culture and atmosphere. How did people feel about your church this year? This sounds a little bit qualitative, but it's very, very important because people actually remember how they feel than any other thing else about your church. So how do people feel about your church is this year is very, very crucial. Hospitality, unity, joy, excellence, honor, a lot of all those feelings can be gotten from just a survey to know how your members, your congregation feel about your church this year. Now, culture silently drives everything. Now, what worked in 2025? How to identify those that work. Leaders often overlook this win. Here is how to identify what worked. Ask yourself these 5 questions. Where did we see consistent fruits or results? What brought the most? Number 2, what brought the most impact with the least stress? There are certain things that you put little input and you got maximum results. Number 3, what did people respond to positively? Number 4, what aligned with our vision, mission, and values? Number 5, what produced transformation, not just activity? All right. Now, list your top 5 wins for 2025. Celebrate them out loudly with your congregation. Write them, celebrate them regularly before the end of the year, and then be thankful that we're able to get some of these results this year. Don't be ungrateful. This is how to build leadership confidence and team morale to build up the momentum for 2026. What didn't work in 2025? How to identify pain points. Avoid the temptation to spiritualize failure or to spiritualize setbacks. All right, failure is an information, not identity. It's not an identity. Failure is information, not identity. Failure is an information and not an identity. You have to ask yourself, what stressed the ministry unnecessarily? 2, what didn't produce fruit despite the effort put in? Number 3, what did we avoid because it always created confusion? All right. Number 4, what drained our leadership and teams? Number 5, what did we repeat that never worked. We keep repeating it, but it never worked. Then ask the most important questions. Why? Not everything that failed should be thrown away. Sometimes you need to go back to what failed and do what is necessary for that thing to be successful. What happens when there's some failure is that sometimes you need more clarity, more structure, better leadership, more communication, more consistency, and some things need to be buried immediately because they did not work at all this year. Three leadership truths, lessons for 2026 preparation. Clarity is kindness. Your team needs it. Number 2, focus creates momentum. Do fewer things better. It's better to do fewer things and you are better. Focus creates momentum. Number 3, courage creates change. Don't carry 2025 failures into the year 2026. All right? This is what I want you to take home from all the things I've shared today. The review checklist. Number 1, what is the top five wins for 2025? Number 2, top 5 challenges for 2025. Number 3, reasons behind each of these wins and challenges. Number 4, what to continue in 2026. Number 5, what to stop immediately that is buried with 2025. Number 6, what to redesign for the year 2026. Now, this one exercise will save you a lot of frustration in the year 2026. I need to draw the curtains right now. Father, thank you for the gift of reflection, of examination, and of clarity. Give our pastors, our church leaders, our ministry leaders, our staff, volunteers, the honesty to see clearly, the humility to learn from mistakes, to learn from what has happened, the courage to change what they need to change, and the wisdom to lead your people well. All right, as you close the year 2025, strengthen us, strengthen leaders, strengthen pastors to finish strong and start the year 2026 fresh in the mighty name of Jesus. Now, if you have any church-related questions for me, let's have them in any of the social media handles. You have any church-related questions for me or inquiries, let me have them in any of the social media handles. You're going to get a response from me. Perhaps you have any question, inquiries, just any of the social media handles or the number on the screen, you are going to get across to me. Please, this video has been helpful to you. Please do give us a like, share us to your community, drop me a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. You've learned from me. I mean, there are a lot of things I said very fast. You can repeat it. You can share this content to your community, share them to your staff, your volunteers, your pastors, and drop me a comment in the comment section what you feel about the content we have shared. I also want to hear from you. Like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you will be notified when a new content is being uploaded, and sure you're not going to miss anything. All right, we're going to draw the curtain right now. We do consultation, we do revitalization, we do trainings, we do strategic planning for churches. Reach out to us and let's see how we can help your church, help you, help your leaders with excellent church consulting for health, vitality, and result. Thank you for the attention. Happy new month and compliment of the season, because we are already, this is the first day of December, already in the Christmas mood. Thank you for the attention. May God bless each and every one of you. Till I come your way next week, Monday, I say bye-bye. I love you and God bless you. Thank you so much.